Hello everybody, and it's Cesar Pizzo with Lone Wolf Paintball, and today I'm going to show you how to install the 9/16 Autococker Pressure Valve by Nova Paintball. And so let's dive into it, Mark.
Cool, let's do it.
All right.
Who's the source for best teching paintball markers ever?
That is us here at lonewolfpaintball.com. So what you're going to get in the package is going to have you see this in the video, Mark?
I do. What is it?
We've got the lighter valve spring, which is the behind the cup seal. Then you've got the new valve body, and then you've got a lighter mainspring. So let's get into this right now. We're going to disassemble it. I'm going to do it on my electronic gun because what it's going to do is it's going to lighten down the hammer pull, so allowing the gun to cycle quicker. So you guys have probably seen this marker shoot once or twice. So just remember, you got to disassemble the whole frame off the gun. Get inside the hammer, pull the valve out, all that good stuff.
So what is the 9/16 is referencing what?
It's the valve chamber.
Okay, so this won't work on every autococker?
No, it's only going to work on War Games bodies, free flows. It won't work in the Resurrections. It won't work in the Meteors. Those are all 11/16. So, but they are working on 11/16.
So stay tuned, guys. Yep. We'll have another video when that drops.
They're gonna come out with the 11/16. So drop your frame, however you decide to drop it. You got to get inside your inside the hammer system. So let me pull the beaver tail off.
So you said this is an electronic.
This cocker. Is the electronic cocker.
So will this valve benefit me with a regular manual?
Yes, also, because what you're doing is you're eliminating how heavy the hammer is, you know, inside the body. And then the other thing too is you cannot use any of the hammers with the undercuts in them. So it's got to be a flat-faced hammer for these valve systems, because what's going to happen is if you have a hammer that has an undercut, it's not going to allow the valve to open up all the way. So you want to make sure you have a flat-face hammer that allows it to push it all the way open. So that's the other thing too. That's why I have this hammer here. So let's get this apart. Let's not rush anything, Mark.
So you drop the grip frame.
Yep, drop the grip frame. Yeah, we're going to take the cocking rod out, the bolt.
Now, is this going to screw up my timing or anything?
If you set your timing on electronic gun already, shouldn't on your... the only thing you're going to want to do is you want to set your lug. Let's say you already have your lug set to a certain depth. I like to use the calipers, and I set the calipers to the depth of what the lug's at, make sure it's flat, and then I go ahead and lock it down. So this way I have my depth from the top of my body to the bottom of my lug. I don't know, if you don't have calipers, you can try to figure out something else, or otherwise you're going to have to retime your whole gun. I just do it this way, it's just to make it easier and faster. So pull the lug out. So got to get the IVG out. So on this body here, I'm running a fat hammer, a ShockTech fat hammer. So it's already got the flat face on it.
Is the flat face stock if I have an old school one?
No. If you're going to have an old school cocker, you're going to have the one that has the undercut. You have to have the ones that have a flat face on it. So I'm not sure if...
Do we have those flat-faced ones at lonewolfpaintball.com?
These are available here.
Okay.
Yeah, these fat hammers are available on our website. So, but basically what you want to do is you make sure you have the flat face fat hammer. All right. So then we're going to pull the...
Them's the rules, Pizzo. Them's the rules.
Them's the rules. Pull the plug out. And then you're going to grab your valve tool. This is a custom valve tool made a long time ago. I've had this valve tool for 30 years. I cold roll steel. I had a gentleman that worked at Chrysler for me, Jan. He made this for me. He had two of them, but I can't remember what the other one happened to. So,
Jan just got fired.
No,
stealing property.
I don't even know if he's alive anymore. This is 30 years ago. He was an older gentleman back then. So, all right, here we go. All right. I didn't bring my pick in here.
Can't you just bang it on the table and have it slide out?
Yeah, it might not. If Tony hears me, he can run out and grab me a dental pick real quick. I should have brought one in with me.
Now, if you would have ultra soaked this body, would
Oh,
that
it's
also
trust
help?
me, it's ultra soaked. It's just that valve retaining nut had that O-ring there for a long time. I mean, this gun's been together for 25 years.
Okay.
So now I'm just pulling the valve out, and
Oh, look, your assistant. Whoop.
hey, see, look at that.
Wow. Would you look at it? Can we stick it right next to the other one on the table so I can see side by side?
Can you see it right there?
Okay, where's the big spring on the old one?
So this is the main spring. So the tension on these two is quite a difference. I mean, we're talking. I mean, I don't know
Put
if
it back
you
on
see.
the table. I can't see it when you
You
hold
can't
it up.
see, but look at the coil size. This coil size is so much bigger. So what you're doing is now that you're going to install this actual spring with this valve, you're going to allow it to have a less pressure behind the hammer, allowing the valve to open up smoother and quicker. So on your trigger pull, it's going to be lighter. So let's get this thing installed. So you're going to need a 1/2 inch socket set, because that's how this works inside here. All right. So, and also too, what I recommend is greasing the valve itself. Just put some grease on these O-rings here, because this is where the pressure seals right here. The way the balance valve works is there's an air hole through the middle of this, allowing this to stay pressurized up front, and it's allowing it to stay balanced when it's inside sealed. When it opens up, it still stays inside that chamber because you got dual O-ring in here and sealing in the front. So, and the other two things I would recommend doing is greasing that up the O-ring right here. And if you want to put a tad bit of blue Loctite right here when you put it in, just to hold it, just, you know, so it doesn't vibrate on you, that'd be great. So you're going to run it inside there, screw it in. Can you see, Mark?
I see a screwdriver inside a hole.
Yeah, so basically this flat right here, you want to try to line it up to where it's going directly straight through. And wow, that happened to lock up right exactly where it is. I'm just going to give it, ooh, right there.
Wait, so I can't see what you're looking at. So show me more.
Right here. It's inside this hole here.
Tilt it more.
Right here.
Tilt it more. Move your hand. There we go.
So basically what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that this is going straight through to your air chamber, going up. So this flat is, you're seeing it right there. So then you're going to take your valve plug, and I would recommend putting some blue Loctite on this to seal it up, because you're not going to have a solid hole behind it anymore like this. It's going to be open. So this is where the valve plug sits in right here. And then put some blue Loctite on this plug, valve plug, and then go ahead and screw it in. And then go ahead and just hit it snug. You don't want to go cranking on it, because you don't want to take and push the valve up on one side or the other. Then you can go ahead and put your hammer in it. All right, 1/8 inch Allen wrench.
Wait, you didn't put the big spring in yet.
The big spring goes behind the hammer.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man. No wonder my cocker doesn't fire anymore.
So basically what you're going to do is you're going to set your lug, since I have the calipers already set to the height of what I want. So basically what I'm doing is I'm making sure that the bottom of the calipers is sitting flush with the top of the body, and the lug is hitting the calipers. All right. And now you've got your lighter spring that has to go in. So what it's doing is you've got less tension on the hammer now. So there you go. IVG goes in. So what I like to do is I like to set the IVGs to where I see the front of the O-ring in the front of the beaver tail hole. And that's where I set my velocity at right there. And then you can operating pressure on these. I would recommend starting them at least 250 PSI when you take your guns out to get the velocity set. All right, let's put the back block on. And I will have these back together. And if Mark probably during this segment might fast forward through all this, so you know you guys don't have to see me assembling all this.
Nope.
Probably, I don't know.
It's riveting. We need every moment of this
All right.
because I don't know which plug goes where.
Are you gonna shoot it? I
Yeah.
need to know. Question in the back.
Yes, it's going to be shot.
Okay, I'm waiting.
We're going to.
Patiently.
Yes, sir.
There's the rules.
How much are these new balanced valves cost?
Off the top of my head, I'm blah 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 blah. I'd have to pull it up real quick, and I will get that price for you here as soon as we get this gun back together. So I just had it pulled up on the website. I should have remembered. I know you were going to ask me a question like that. So.
But just to be clear, the steps of doing this are the same with a manual cocker and the electronic, other than the wires, basically.
Correct. Yep, yep, yep. Yep. So this gun here, by me lowering the actual hammer tension on this, I mean, this should be ripping. I don't see why it wouldn't. So,
according to the website, the valves are $49.99.
all right.
Did I read that wrong?
And if you have, you know, if you don't feel comfortable installing it, you can send in your gun, your cocker in, and I will install it for you. I mean, that's not going to be for free, but it's going to be installed. So here we go.
Now I would imagine you'll see a bigger difference on a manual cocker than you will on the electronic, because
Yes,
the electronic,
Yep.
electronic solenoid is doing all the work, right?
Correct. So, all right, Mark. Well, that shows everything installed. So I don't know if we're going to be ready to shoot this right now, right?
Yeah, let's go outside and shoot this thing,
All
and
right,
then we'll
cool.
close the video.
So we'll see you guys outside shortly.
Oh boy.
All right, guys, here I am back outside at Lone Wolf, and we're going to shoot this 9/16 pressure valve. I have the springs in here, and I got the velocity checked. I'm shooting 286, 290 with the lighter springs, and that's crazy. So let's go. Yep, 286, 287. Oh. That's with the eye on. Let's try it with the eye off. Should be able to rip it faster. That's pretty quick. That's pretty quick. So
You got any more paint? Come on.
yeah, I got some more
for
paint.
5 seconds of.
Yep. So basically, I'm getting the same velocity out of it with lighter springs. That's freaking real. That is a real shooting video right there. So hit us up. Get us at lonewolfpaintball.com. See ya.